Dear students, now let us study the capacitance of a spherical capacitor. So, spherical capacitor is also a parallel plate capacitor only. So, because in parallel plate capacitor or any type of capacitor, plates are always parallel to each other. Okay, so in spherical capacitor also same condition. So, here we take a sphere. So, this is a sphere. So, we give this sphere a negative charge of minus q. Okay, so what is the charge given to this one? We are giving this one a negative charge of minus q. Let its radius be a. Okay, so now what will happen is I will enclose this one in another spherical sphere whose radius is b. Okay, so let the radius of this another spherical sphere, let it be b. Clear? So this is the radius of this one. So as this is a metallic shell, so the enclosed body, it is a shell. Okay, so therefore immediately positive charges will be induced on the inner surface of this outer shell. Clear? So what will be the magnitude of charge if this is minus q? So exactly same amount of plus q amount of charge will be induced on the inner surface of the shell. This is understandable. Already we have discussed many times about how charges will be induced. Okay, so then if these are the positive charges which are induced, then on the outside surface of this what you call a shell, equal amount of negative charge also will be induced. What is the reason? Because shell was previously neutral, Roma. Previously shell was neutral. Clear? So because of induction on the inner surface, plus q amount of charge is induced. So definitely minus q amount of charge should be induced on the outer surface, because basically this shell was a neutral shell. Okay, so now what I do is I will earth this one. Okay, ma? If I earth this one, then what will happen? This total potential of this outer shell will become 0. So how potential should become 0? Total charge, total negative charge which was induced on the outer surface of the shell, this goes to the ground. Clear now? Now this is the arrangement which is now present. So electric field outside this arrangement is also 0. Similarly, electric field inside this inner shell, this electric field is also 0. Okay, because the charges are not present, you know. So outside this total what you call system also charge is not present. Similarly, charge is not present inside this inner shell also. Okay, so outside this total system also electric field is 0. Inside this inner shell also electric field is 0. Now what is the existence of electric field? Electric field is existing only in this radial space. So electric field is existing only here. Okay, ma? So therefore this type of electric field, what I call this one, this type of electric field I will call it as radial electric field. Why radial electric field? Because it is present in the direction of radius. So that is why this is called as radial electric field. Okay, so if I want to calculate the magnitude of electric field in this region at a distance of r, so therefore what I will do, I will use Gauss law. I will use Gauss law, draw a Gaussian surface. From that one I will try to calculate the amount of electric field existing in this radial space. Clear, ma? So therefore what I will do, I will take a small Gaussian surface. So this is the Gaussian surface. So let this Gaussian surface, let us assume it is at a distance of r. This Gaussian surface which I have taken from the center, let it be at a distance of r here. So therefore how can I draw Gaussian, how can I write equation of Gaussian surface? Closed integral of E dash dot ds dash is equals to 1 by E naught times of charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So this is called as Gauss law. Clear, Nama? So electric field is in this direction, dr direction will be in outward direction. For example, if this is the Gaussian surface which I have taken, what is the direction of electric field? Electric field is in this direction. And if I take a small surface, dr dash is, so direction of area is always outward drawn normal. Clear? So angle between this electric field and ds dash, it is making an angle of 180 degrees. Clear? So therefore how can I write? I can write a closed integration of E into ds into cos 180, because a dash dot b dash is equals to ab cos theta, cos 180 is equal to, so what type of charge is enclosed by this Gaussian surface? Negative charge is enclosed. So minus q divided by E naught. Okay, ma? So Gaussian surface is what you call it is enclosing negative charge only. No? So we are writing minus q divided by E naught. So therefore cos 180 value is also minus 1. Here also I have minus. So minus minus get cancelled. So therefore I will write. So closed integration of E ds is equals to Q divided by E naught. So I got up to here. So E is a constant. Take it outside. Integration of ds is equals to Q divided by E naught. Clear? Now what is ds? ds is a small elemental area which I have taken here. Integration of ds means for total surface area. Integration is nothing but a type of addition. So total surface area. Total surface area of this Gaussian surface is so much if it is present at a distance of small r, its radius will become smaller. So total surface area will become 4 pi r square. So therefore E into 4 pi r square is equals to Q divided by E naught. So therefore electric field is how much? Electric field is Q divided by 4 pi E naught into r square. Clear ma? So this is the amount of electric field which is existing in the region between this radial surface. Okay. Now from this one I want to calculate potential difference. Potential difference between points A and B. So therefore what is the radius A? Inner surface is radius, it is having a radius of A. Outer surface is having a radius of B. So what is the relation between potential difference and electric field? Already we have studied. So V is equals to minus integration from A to B. So E dash dot dr dash. So this is our equation for potential difference between 2 points separated by A and B. So V is equals to minus integration A to B E dash dot dr dash. So already we have studied this one. Clear? So what is the direction between electric field and dr dash? It is equals to 180 degrees. So therefore I will write V is equals to minus integration of A to B. So E dr cos 180. Okay. So this is minus 1. Already here I have minus. So both of them they will become plus. So V is equals to A to B. So E into dr. Clear? So I got a relation up to here. Now E value. E value already we have calculated. So substitute here. So A to B. E value is how much? It is a Q divided by 4 pi E naught into r square multiplied by dr. Okay. So Q by 4 pi E naught it is a constant. So take it out of this integration. So Q by 4 pi E naught integration of 1 by r square into dr, limits are applied from A to B. So I got value up to here. So integration of 1 by r square is minus 1 by r. So therefore V is equals to Q divided by 4 pi E naught into minus 1 by r, and limits are applied from A to B. Clear ma? So V is equals to Q divided by 4 pi E naught into, so this is 1 by A minus 1 by B. Clear? So if I do this calculation, so Q into B minus A divided by 4 pi E naught into AB or BA I can write. So this is the amount of potential difference existing in the radial space. So if I know the potential difference, very easily I can calculate capacitance, because C is equals to Q divided by V. So Q divided by potential difference is how much? It is Q into B minus A divided by 4 pi E naught into BA. So Q and Q gets cancelled. So capacitance is equals to 4 pi E naught BA divided by B minus A. Clear ma? So this will be our equation for capacitance due to spherical capacitor. Okay. Come on, make a note up to here. So now let us see capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor. Ma? So this was a spherical capacitor. Now we will see capacitance of cylindrical capacitor. Okay. So cylindrical capacitor. So we take a small metallic cylinder first of all. So this is the metallic cylinder. So this cylinder is given a negative charge of minus Q. So throughout its surface area, so this negative charge of minus Q is given. Okay. And it is having, let us assume it is having a radius of A. So charge which is present is minus Q amount of charge is present. Okay. So if I insert this charged small cylinder of radius of A into a bigger cylinder whose radius is B. Okay. So I am inserting this one into a sphere of bigger cylinder, into a cylinder. So whose radius let it be? If radius it's A, its radius let it be B. Clear ma? So this is also a metallic hollow cylinder. Then what will happen? Then charge will be induced. So I can see that positive charges are induced throughout the inner surface of this outer cylinder. Then what will be the magnitude of charge? If this is minus q, definitely this will be plus q. So if this is a plus q, on the outer surface, equal amount of negative charge also will be induced on the outer surface of this outer shell, or sorry, outer cylinder. Now what I do? Now I will ground this one. If I ground this one, the outer surface potential will become 0. So it is possible if this total negative charge, it will flow to the ground. So this total negative charge, now it is flowing through the ground. Clear? Now what is the arrangement of electric field? Just like previous condition, just how we have studied in what we call a cylindrical spherical capacitor. Same concept here also. So electric field is not existing outside this system also. Similarly, inside this inner cylinder also, electric field is not existing. Then what is the existence of electric field? Electric field exists only in between this radial space. So that is, electric field exists only in this radial space only. Okay. So this type of electric field also I can call it as radial electric field. Okay. So this is my inner cylinder. This is my outer cylinder. Okay. Now I will take a Gaussian surface. So I will take this type of a Gaussian surface here, or a Gaussian surface which is again in the form of a cylinder. Okay. From the center, this Gaussian surface, let us assume it is making a radius of r. Then if I apply Gauss law, how can I apply Gauss law? So closed integration of E dash dot ds dash is equals to q divided by E naught, 1 by E naught times the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Now what is the angle between electric field and ds dash? Angle between electric field and ds dash is 180 degrees, because this is the direction of electric field, but Gaussian surface, if I take a small surface on this Gaussian surface, ds dash is in outward direction, but electric field is in inwards direction. So angle between them is 180 degrees. So substitute here. So closed integration of E into ds into cos 180 is equals to, now what is the type of charge which is enclosed by this Gaussian surface? It is enclosing negative charge. So minus q divided by E naught. Clear? So cos 180 is minus 1. So this minus 1 and this minus get cancelled. So therefore what is the relation I got? I got integration of E into ds, closed integration of E into ds is equals to q divided by E naught. This is the relation I got. So E is a constant here, so take it out of this integration. So into ds is equals to q divided by E naught. Okay. ds is the small surface area present here. Clear? Then total surface area of this Gaussian surface is how much? Total surface area of this Gaussian surface will be, so 2 pi r circumference. 2 pi r is length. So 2 pi r multiplied by length of the Gaussian surface, nothing but length of this cylinder. So 2 pi r is the circumference, which is one length. Length multiplied by another length. What is another length? Nothing but by length of this cylinder. Circumference is one length. Length of the cylinder is also another length. So therefore total surface area is area only here, area which is nothing but length into breadth. One length is circumference 2 pi r, another length is L, length of this cylinder. So therefore E into 2 pi r multiplied by L is equals to q divided by E naught. So therefore E is equals to q divided by 2 pi E naught r into L. Okay. So this is the amount of electric field existing in between this radial surface. So if I calculate electric field, I can also calculate potential difference also. So relation for potential difference, again same formula, just how we have written previously, integration from A to B, E dash dot dr dash. So again angle between electric field and dr dash is how much? It is 180 degrees. So cos 180 value is minus 1, so minus minus gets cancelled. So V is equals to integration A to B. So E into dr. So E value already we have calculated them. So therefore E value is how much? It is a q divided by 2 pi E naught r into L multiplied by dr. So q by 2 pi E naught into L, they are constants, so we can take them out of the integration. So V is equals to q divided by 2 pi E naught into L, integration of 1 by r into dr, limits are applied from A to B. Okay. So integration of 1 by r is how much? It is natural logarithm of r, ln r. Clear? because differentiation of ln r is 1 by r. So integration of ln r should be equal to, integration of 1 by r should be equal to ln r. So therefore what I can write? So therefore v is equals to q divided by 2 pi e naught into L ln r. And when I apply r value, okay, we will write directly, that is better. Ln r, limits are applied from a to b. Okay, ma? So this is the value up to which I have calculated. Let us see next what we can do. So therefore v is equals to, now substitute the limits. First substitute the upper limit, then substitute the lower limit. So ln b minus ln a. Ln b minus ln a is how much? Ln b by a. So therefore v is equals to q divided by 2 pi e naught into L ln b divided by a. So this is the amount of potential difference existing between the radial surface. So therefore how can I calculate capacitance? C is equals to q divided by v, no? C is equals to q divided by v is q divided by 2 pi e naught L ln b divided by a. So q gets cancelled. So C is equals to 2 pi e naught L divided by ln natural logarithm of b divided by a. Clear? So this is the equation to calculate capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor. Okay, ma? So derivations are not so important. Just to make you understand how we got these equations, we have derived this one. So make a note up to here. Then we will do some problems on this cylindrical capacitor as well as spherical capacitor. Okay, ma? Come on. So question is, a sphere of radius 0.03 meter is suspended within a hollow sphere of radius 0.05 meter. So this is one sphere, this is another sphere. So this smaller sphere, it is having how much radius? It is having a radius of 0.303 meter, and outer sphere it is having a radius of 0.05 meter. Then what it is happening? So inner sphere is charged. So let us consider it is charged with this much of charge. So potential of this one is how much? Potential is 1500 volts. Clear, ma? Then if I charge this one, then what will happen? So opposite charge will be developed on inner surface of the outer shell. Clear, na, ma? And negative charge, equal amount of negative charge will be developed on outer surface. Then what he is saying, then sphere is earthed also. Sphere is earthed means what? If I earth this one, total potential of this one will become 0. It is possible only if this total charge, if it enters into the ground. Clear, na, ma? Total negative charge enters into the ground, or I can say equal amount of positive charge has entered from ground to this outer surface of the shell. So find the capacitance. Capacitance, how can I calculate? So capacitance of spherical capacitor also already we have derived, no, ma? So C is equals to 4 pi E naught AB divided by B minus A. This is the relation. Okay. So 4 pi E naught, 1 by 4 pi E naught is 9 into 10 power 9. So 4 pi E naught will be how much? 1 by 9 into 10 power 9 into A into B. So A value is 0.03, B value is 0.05 divided by B minus A. So 0.05 minus 0.03. Clear? So just to calculate this one, that will be the required amount of capacitance. So what is the answer you should get? So 8.33 into 10 power minus 12. So 8.33 into 10 power minus 12 farads. So therefore 8.33 into 8.33, I can call it as picofarads. Clear, ma? So this is the capacitance of this capacitor. Okay. Then he is asking second question also, charge on inner sphere. This one how can I calculate? Charge on inner sphere, how can I calculate, ma? Charge on inner sphere. Come on. Okay. What is there here to calculate? C is equals to Q by V, no? C is equals to Q by V, so therefore Q is equals to C into V. Clear? So Q is equals to capacitance already we have calculated 8.33 into 10 power minus 12 minus potential multiplied by potential. Potential is already given, no, 1500 volts. Clear? So just to do this calculation, that will be the amount of charge stored. So what is the answer you should get? 1.25 into 10 power minus 8 coulombs. 1.25 into 10 power minus 8 coulombs. This is the amount of charge. That's all. Okay. Very simple questions. Okay. So can you say how can we solve this problem? the thickness of air layer between two coatings of a spherical capacitor. This is a spherical capacitor. Clear? So air layer means this distance he is saying. This distance is nothing but b minus a. This inner radius is a, outer radius is b. So b minus a is how much? B minus a is 2 centimeter. That is what he is saying. Clear, Nama? Then this capacitor, it has the same capacitance of that of a sphere of radius 1.2 diameter. Can you say what is the meaning of this one? Okay, ma? So, first of all, what is the capacitance of a spherical capacitor? The capacitance of a spherical capacitor is 4 pi E naught into B into TA divided by B minus A. This is the relation, no? 4 pi E naught B into A divided by B minus A. This is the capacitance. And this capacitance is equal to the capacitance of that sphere of 1.2 meter diameter. What is the meaning of this one? So this is just a sphere of 1.2 meter diameter. It means this is the capacitance of a spherical conductor. So what is the formula for capacitance of a spherical conductor? 4 pi E naught into R. This is the capacitance. So he is saying that this capacitance and this capacitance, they are equal. Then he is asking us to calculate A and B values. Can you find out, ma? Can you calculate? Okay. Just equate both of them, that's all. So he is saying this C and this C, they are equal. So therefore what I can write? So 4 pi E naught into BA divided by B minus A is equals to 4 pi E naught into R. So 4 pi E naught gets cancelled. So therefore BA divided by B minus A is equals to R. R means radius. He gave it is having a diameter of 1.2 meters, no? 1.2 meter only he gave, no? 1.2 meter. So 1.2 meter means radius will be 0.6 meters, or remaining values are given in centimeters, no? So I will write this one as 60 centimeter. So is equal to R. So BA is equals to B minus A is how much? B minus A already given as a 2 centimeter. Radius is equals to 60 centimeter. So therefore what is the calculation I got? So therefore BA is equals to 120 is the answer. BA value is 120. Clear, number? So B minus A is 2, BA is 120. From this can't I calculate what you call B and A separately, no ma? I can calculate, no? So therefore how can I calculate? So therefore A is equals to 120 by B. Then I have to take LCM. Instead of that, what I can do? I can write B minus A whole square is equals to B plus A whole square minus 4AB. I can write like this, no? So A minus B whole square is equals to A plus B whole square minus 4AB. So 2 square is equals to B plus A whole square minus 4 into 120. So therefore B plus A whole square will be how much? So it is 4 plus 480. Clear, ma? So B plus A whole square is equals to 484. So therefore B plus A is equals to root 484. Root 484 is 22 only, no ma? So B plus A is 22. Root 484 22 only, no? So B minus A is 2. So B minus A is equals to 2. So therefore what is the answer I will get? I will get 2B is equals to 24. So therefore B is equal to 12. If B is equal to 12, then A value should be equal to 10. Clear? So those are our answers. 12 and 10. Understood, Dhamma? Very simple.